Hey, Soul Family, back again. I am Erica, your favorite Astro homegirl. Welcome back if you are returning, and welcome to all that are new. Okay, so the way I start first, guys, if you're new, is that I look into a little bit of the astrology that I can get of the person, because it gives me more of the energy of who they are, and it helps me along when I get ready to get into the cards and we get into the reading. Okay, so this particular reading is requested, and this one is on, and I don't know how to pronounce his name, so please forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, because I mean well. Okay, it is Taylor Zakhar Perez. Okay, I'm gonna say it again, Taylor Zakhar Perez. All right, guys, he is, for those that don't know, and see, I'm finding out as well, had to do a little bit of research, see what I could see about him, is that he is an American-born actor. Oh, and he's born on December 25th, guys. So he's a Christmas baby, okay? And he's born in Chicago, all right? And he is an actor that has had a lot of success in television and film and in the entertainment industry, okay? Also, oh, okay, so let's get a little bit into his. I just want to kind of get the feel of who he is and see where the sun is, where his Mercury, that thing, type of thing, okay? So, wow, he is a Christmas baby. That's interesting. Okay, so his sun is in Capricorn, guys, and it's in the 9th house, okay? And it looks like he got a stellium there. He got a conglomerate, okay? So, that sun is in Cap. Okay, and that's sort of kind of like close to the career one. So philosophy, how he learns. So I get it. Let's see. His Mercury, how he communicates. It is in Sagittarius. Okay, so let's see what Sag is on the chart. He got an 8th house Sagittarius. Okay. That could be a little alternative energy because it's in that 8th house, and 8th house is hidden in taboo topics, okay? His moon, let's see what that moon is. Oh, okay, so it explains. He's a star. He's a celebrity. 5th house, partnerships, your creative things, and he's in that 5th house. And moon is what's hidden, and it can, come out and, shine light on things. So I get it. 5th house Leo, so that's very favorable too, okay? And he has a Mars. Let's see what that said, child, because that's the sexual libido, all right? And it's also how he takes action, all right? So let's see what that Mars is. It is, oh, okay, so it's in his 9th house. So it's favoring how he is, moves and learns, and also with career, because it's close to the 10th. Okay, 10th house is in Aquarius, so that is his career house, which means that he's doing really well there, very favorable. He has a stellium there, but Capricorn and Aquarius have they have a relationship. So also it explains too with the alternative roles that he's able to play too, and do it very well with that 10th house Aquarius, okay? And his Jupiter, guys, is in his 6th house, that's in Virgo. So he has a very favored, work ethic and how he moves, because Virgo owns the 6th house. And by his Jupiter being there, he's really good at what he does, okay? Also, let's see where his Venus is, and we're going to get up out of here. And I also want to see where Saturn is, because Saturn is where the challenges are, okay? So his Venus, let's see. Oh, there it is, okay. Oh, okay, let's see where it's at on the chart. So the Venus is in Scorpio, guys, okay? And it's in the 7th house of partnerships, okay? Ooh, baby, okay? Just leave that right there. And last thing, and then we're going to get into the cards. He is in his Saturn, guys, it is in Aquarius. Okay. So he'll go through the challenges. As long as he's putting in the work, success does come in that 10th house, okay? So I get it. Let's get into the messages and let's see what's up with Mr. Zakhar. I hope I'm saying it right, all right? Okay, guys, let's get into the cards. Now, I just did a little research on him, and so he's been in movies like Red, White, and Royal. I know there's some dating movie too that I think y'all are familiar with. He's done quite a few roles, but again, he's been able to play fluid roles as in the LB. Let me see. LBGTQ, okay? Kissing Booth is it. That's what I was looking for. So he was also in that movie as well, guys. And when you try to pull up something about his dating, again, it says very private. But then when it comes up, it looks like, Joey King is one of the Kissing Booth co-stars, and Nicholas Galitzine or Galitzine. But let's get into the messages and see what's up with him. It does say that he's clear on identifying as a straight man, but he's a very, very strong advocate of the LGBTQ community, okay? So I blessed the card. So I'm gonna, let's just kind of clear the energy. Okay, and I'm gonna still say, give me the card. Okay, so let's see what's up with him. And we'll start with these cards first. Move these out of the way for a second. I was going to try something new because I'm not real familiar with him. So let me clear the cards. Let's see what we can see. I hope y'all doing good too. Make sure y'all check out the readings that I got up to if you get a chance on Miss Cardi B, and congratulations to her. I'm so glad her project is good, okay? Ooh, who's talking? Okay. Put it back in just because the way it fell out. I don't think that's it. Okay. So let's do Capricorn. Oh, okay, Capricorn. Okay. We're going to see what's up with him. Yeah, you got an extra message. Okay. So this is gonna go over there. Sorry about that. Let's see what's up. It's an extra. Okay. Let's get into the current accurate energy on Mr. Zakhar Perez, okay? Let's see what I feel. Ooh. Okay, that's a lot to take in, especially when you kind of reading about him. Sorry for the pause. I was just trying to kind of get an idea of what I'm looking at. Let me take a sip of my drink, okay? So, in his current energy, he has that Two of Pentacles. So, this is all about in his current energy right now in his life. You know, he's into prioritizing and he's working on finding the balance, okay? Juggling. Now, I'm going to say this. This could be career too, you know, with routine, juggling, you know, things going on in life, a little bit of here, a little bit of there. But this can also represent two partners, okay? It's interesting because when you have that Two of Pentacles next to the Fool card, ooh, that is about, again, new beginnings, new paths. So he's making the decision to move forward to some new adventure, a new beginning, okay? It's a curiosity card too, okay? And it's interesting because it's going right over here to this Two of Cups, all right? And this energy is about, you know, unity and partnership. So we asking about his, you know, what is his love life like, okay? And I'm getting the energy of him trying to figure out who he is in that regard. And when he do pick a side, coming clean about it, okay? Curious about it, but he's curious about love, relationships, partners. And it's still two. So it's almost like you looking at it like him making a decision on whether he like boys or girls, you know? You want to look at it like that. He has some addictions, guys, with that Devil card in reverse, okay? And it's also pleasure when you see that. So, and it's next to the Four of Pentacles. He has, it's like, let me see how can I explain, because it's right here with this Eight of Swords. He feels trapped in a way, like his desire of love and what his view of what he really likes. He feel like he just can't come out for some reason. And he is juggling, he is struggling with making the decision, guys. He want to move forward. But he said he gonna feel like a fool, you know. So he's worried about it. And look, it's all in the cards because we ain't even asking. It's about love, okay? So he is struggling with the fact that he may be, you know, desire LBGTQ, but feels like he can't come out for some reason, okay? I can't make this up. But when you see that World card, this is about new cycles. So he's going to, the goal is for him to come out. You know, he got new projects. You can see that he's closing out a cycle, going into the new, you know, so he's going to continue to be able to go forward. But when you see that Seven of Pentacles, it's like he trying to make a decision. Look, that man on the card is making a decision. And so it's an energy of making a decision on how he's going to move forward in a new cycle, how he's going to be perceived, okay? If he decides to, you know, come out as a, you know, LGBTQ or anything in that regard, okay? But you clearly can see that it's a struggle there, all right? Can't make the messages up. And all we asking is in his current energy, okay? Now, this gets interesting because I always like to pull from the bottom of the deck and the top of the deck. And it's like this is his end goal when it comes to this whole situation, when it comes to how he wants to be perceived and his love life. Because again, the thing said he's very private, okay? So it's interesting because when you see the Seven of Swords, that's sneaky. Look, cheating, sneakiness. But in this regard, when you turn it upside down, this is switching the strategy. This is freedom, okay? This is coming clean and having clarity about coming clean with that Ace of Swords in the deck into new beginnings on how he wants to be perceived. So this is his end goal, okay? And it's interesting because I cannot make it up, y'all. Don't shoot the messenger. He's a earth sign. But when you see the moon, and this is the top of the deck, bottom of the deck, look at that. This is about, again, he got two cards of coming clean. Secrets come out, and it's a King of Cups. In reverse, that's alternative lifestyle. I'm going to just leave it there. So this man is, it's, allegedly been struggling with sexuality and coming out when it comes to, his own self, struggling with him within as well as work, okay? He does really good in those roles is what I read. So he is trying to just be who he is. And I think he's at a place where he is ready to be clear on it. And I guess maybe we'll hear about him, being a little bit more, what you call it? I can't even think of the word right now. But being a little bit more clear on who he really is and what he really desires. You can see he has new projects coming. And also, like I said, he got some hidden, like I said, that sexual addiction is there and not wanting it to be revealed. But again, at the end, it's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm clear on it. He's having a clarity moment, Okay, Mr. Zakhar. Okay. I'm gonna just ask for. Let's just ask. We see what the love life is, but let's just ask one more question, and then I'm gonna ask from these different cards that I got. So he got new projects in the works, y'all. You can see that in the other one. And even though he feel like it's, kind of like not necessarily working, that world card showed that a new cycle is there. So he will be, you're going to see him more with new projects, okay? Let's see what his love life is like. Because I know her questions were, but I kind of answered them, really. But let's just ask again, and we gonna flip a little different deck to just see what's up with him. So I'm gonna ask for one of three. Okay. Ooh, they're just popping out for him. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I just see, it's kind of the same messages. Y'all, this man got the same cards again. That's why I say sometimes when I pull, you kind of get the energy and the answers all within there. When I ask for their current energy, it's kind of like a little bit of everything, you know, comes out. And he got a lot of the same repetitive cards, which is so interesting, okay? So let me say this. Again, anxiety, you know, worry, stress, okay? About, I'm telling you, it's about his life, you know, how he is identifying, okay? And see, this is like transition, okay? When a home is upside down, this is about, you know, community, celebration, but this is like lack of support in an instance of, you know, having anxiety about not being supported in a decision that he decides to make to live his life happily. Okay? So it's a struggle there because you can clearly see that, all right? And at the end of the day, y'all, he, you know, alternative lifestyle wants to come out, head on this new journey, okay? But he feels like, you know, being held back in that regard, okay? You know, worrying about, this is a stressful for him, okay? And look, that King of Cups came right back up in the same energy, all right? So in a relationship, this may be a situation of someone that he's, you know, dealing with, okay? And in this regard, since we're asking about him and we know that what's coming up is his sexuality. Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that. My phone died, but let's get back to it, okay? Whew. So this man, y'all, and one thing about it, you know, I'ma always keep it real with y'all. You know, even in the spread, okay, from the beginning cards to even this is through and through the same messages, okay? So, you again, that Fool card, and do you see that King of Cups came right back up? So, I'm going to say this. Number one, we don't see a queen or any woman on the table, all right? So, we can clearly see that he is ready to come out with whatever this King of Cups energy is. And the reason why I'm saying that, guys, is because we're asking about his love life and, you know, how he's moving. So for me, if this was in the upright, this would be a straight man, okay? But because we asking about that and it's upside down and it came out twice next to this Fool card that he already got, I think it's safe to say that this is what he is struggling with, because he is earth energy, okay? He's a Capricorn. So this upside down is the struggle of stepping out. And this is whatever it is, it's a water sign energy, okay? Look, fear of judgment, to step into a new cycle. Bottom of the deck, top of the deck, okay? Y'all see that? But if you're looking at career and you're asking, he's going to continue to do well. He's going to continue. He got new projects ahead. But when I tell you, when it comes to this sexuality and what he's defining as, it's a struggle. Because he's fear of being judged on how people going to view it. Maybe in the industry, you know, in the area which I don't see what the problem would be. But maybe that's, again, with that devil card. And this, it's like a struggle. And remember, he had that imprisonment card. You know, it's the fear of coming out. But wanting, on that other one, it looked like he gonna have clarity. And he gonna hit a pivotal moment where he just gonna be who he is, okay? Listen, I think it's safe to say that this is what his concern is. Y'all see that? Finding the balance in the love, but being who he is. Okay. So I think that this is pretty much cut and dry. Okay? Because it's the same cards that came out. Okay? 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Okay, Mrs. Zakhar, well, be who you are. I can see you finding the clarity, and you about to hit a pivotal moment where you're going to stand on business and not worry about the judgment of it all. And you are definitely headed into new cycles, you know, going to continue to work, do consistent projects, maybe battling back and forth with the decision on how you're going to be perceived with this King of Cups. But hey, do you. All right? You got success ahead. So the fears of that, you know, be you. That's what I always say. We only get one life. And if you don't live it the way that you want to, you will be disappointed. Because one thing I have learned since we lost Big Rico, I'm going to just say this, y'all. You think you have a lot of time and you don't. So whatever it is you want to do, whoever you are, whatever it is you want, identify with, it don't matter. Do you, okay? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. I love y'all. And I'll be back in the next one. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do Beyoncé first, because we got to do her because it's her birthday month, okay? And I know that one's going to be long, so I'm going to have to go get me a drink. And I know it's probably going to be deep. And I want to do Drake, you know? You know what? Let's ask these cards. Remember I said I was going to ask about these cards before we close out. Let's see. What messages are for him and what's the current energy? Let's ask. These cards were so cute. I got them. They called What's the Gossip, you know? So let's just see, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying something a little different before we shut it out. I just want to see, you know? Capricorn. Energy. Messages for him. Let's ask for like 3. Let's see what's up with him, okay? Let's see what's up. Take this card first. Okay, everyone, thank you for this ask. 3, 1, 3. Okay. Let's see. Let's ask for some extra messages too. Y'all, you know what? I cannot. Oh, look. The cards be cut and dry. Let me say, any extra messages, Spirit, any extra messages. I cannot. These, I like this little deck. Message for him, any extra messages for him. Yep. Okay. Few messages for him out of this little deck. This is interesting, okay? So, it's so crazy. And this is what we're talking about. That's why I say you cannot make the messages up behind the mask. Ain't that what we saying? He's struggling with that, guys. You know, concealing the true self. Afraid to show his reality. You know, no one sees the real me. Wow. And remember, through the cards, through and through, I said he at a crossroads. Can you make that up? He had a crossroads with the Fool card trying to make a decision. Important choices, life-changing decisions, choosing wisely. Your next step matters. Y'all, friend zone. You know, that's the 2 of Cups. Stuck because he trying to make a decision. But he got to do the shadow work. Wasn't that the devil card that came out? You know what? I'm going to leave out of here. Facing hidden fears. Exploring darker emotions. Accepting the imperfections. Meet your darker self. You got to be who you are. Okay? Now, this is about situational single. So he might be single, you know, because he is in a situation of trying to, what? come from behind the mask and come out of this energy and just be who he is. Move forward, okay? And we saw the boundaries in the cards. Wow, protecting itself, you know, setting boundaries, but he got a soulmate in place, and it could have been that King of Cups that's in reverse, okay? Soulmate, soul memories, past life. Wow, this is a cool deck. We're going to flip these a little bit more. Well, I hope my viewer who requested this, you got the answers that you needed. You know, energy, look, it always changes. You see how when we did cards, it was much better. You know, we saw the success of it all, but she even said it on that thing, and that was we were pulling it in real time, how she was feeling. She said she was feeling low. She was, and she needed the push from her fans and, the drive to continue to go forward. So, we always revisit this again, but this is what we see for him right now. And don't forget, y'all, to like, comment, and subscribe. And peace and love. And I will see you guys soon. And just look for somebody else, because we're going to do somebody else too. I don't even know, but surprise, surprise, it's coming. I love y'all. Peace.